Associates. And with me today we have Joseph Loughran, our Marketing Vice President. So as everyone knows, we had our annual Agent Expo last week, in fact, a week ago today. And unfortunately, most of our agents are spread out all over the country, so most agents cannot make it to South Florida. So we understand that, and we did have close to 200 agents and GAs attend, which is a record number for us. But then again, we have about 10,000 active agents in just about every city. So we realized that, unfortunately, most agents are not going to make the Expo. And, you know, it's really a shame because we had some great presenters. We talk about the latest trends and statistics and kind of where you have to go to move forward and what tools you'll need to leverage to grow your business. So we had some real neat stuff. We had an awesome keynote speaker at the end of the day from Prudential, who spoke all about living benefits and, you know, how important that part of our business is moving forward. So we did have a videographer there the entire day that is going to put a video together for us. So you'll be able to see everything from the actual expo. We'll have that ready in a couple weeks, and we'll email blast that out. But, you know, me, Joe, and Carrie spoke about putting a webinar together to fill you in and basically just kind of pull out all of the hot topics and concepts that we think are worthwhile going over to the rest of our agents or field force. So that's what today's presentation is about. So I'm going to start off and share our slides with you, and that's the Levinson presentation, which will run about 10-15 minutes. And then what Joe did is he looked at each carrier that presented, okay, and he grabbed important information that will help change your practice, and then he's going to share that with you. So he'll run for about 20 minutes after me, and then we'll close up with some great new information on our free agent website platform and then our new exclusive product. So with that said, let's dive right in here. And what I suggest is take out a pen and paper, and anything that you want to hear more about, or if you want a brochure about this topic or product, just jot it down, and then after the call, obviously give us a phone call or an email. Just let us know what you want to see or hear more about, and we will get that information to you. So moving forward here, this is our Levinson presentation. We talk about consumer trends, and I think the whole idea and the feel of the presentation is about how important it is that you must change to move forward, okay? You must utilize all of the latest technology that we offer to our agents, okay? And you must be able to relate to especially the younger generation, okay? Maybe you have clients throughout the years that now have children and even have grandchildren, okay? And these people, okay, these clients want to see an online presence, or they want to be able to look up Bill Levinson on Facebook to see what I'm about, to see who they're doing business with or who they're going into bed with, if you will. So very important stuff here. And we have put together all of the tools and platforms. Okay, it's called the iGenius Turnkey Sales Platform that you will need to utilize to grow your business and to use all of the latest technology that's available. So we're also going to touch on that briefly. So consumer trends, okay, this is a fact, a LIMRA statistic. In 2013, 86% of all consumers use the internet to research life insurance before making a purchase, okay? So 86% of all consumers, that is a huge number. That means your clients are going online to either research you, who you are, as their agent, or to learn more about, let's say, whole life or living benefits or universal life before they buy a policy. So that just goes to show you it's so important that you have an online presence, okay? And just think, 2 years from now, that number could be 96%, okay? So it's very important to now make the change, okay? And as you can see on the bottom, we just talk about in order to comply with the trends as an agent, you must become part of this new environment, okay? Have an online presence. It's huge. Okay, so moving forward here, a few more statistics that we spoke about. If you look at the blue box on the left side, in 2000, there was 361 million users, okay? 12 years later, look at that number, 2.7 billion, okay? That is huge. That's about 5 times the number in 12 years. Now, what's mind-boggling to me, 3 years later, okay, in 2015, 4.2 billion users. So you can see what's going on with the internet and why it's important to have an online presence. On the right side there, 82% of your prospects can be reached socially via online networks, okay, like Facebook. What does that tell you? Okay, you can communicate with your clients and prospects through LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook, okay? That's huge. Nobody wants to talk on the phone anymore. Nowadays, it's emailing, texting, Facebook, LinkedIn. Okay, that's the way of the future. So we put together social media packages to help you get your name out there and have your own Facebook page. In the bottom gray box there, the value of social networking rises, okay? The first circle is 72% of buyers who use social media to research solutions for a purchase. Okay, so before an actual buyer pulled the trigger, 72% of all consumers use social media at one point before they made the purchase to do some research. On the right side, 57% increase in buyers who connected with potential solution providers using social media. Okay, that's more than half of the population use social media to connect or build a relationship with who they were doing business with. Now, what can we learn from all of this? Okay, what we can learn is we have to try new things. Growing, okay, in some ways, not always, are mandatory choices we all must make to move forward. J. Abraham says in business, if you're not growing, you're dying. That's an old saying that's been around for a long time, but now, more important than ever, we must make these small changes, okay? Have a website, have a Facebook page, okay? We'll help you do that to move forward and grow your business. I don't care if you're 16 years old or 85. There's no excuse. And below is just a few examples that we wanted to point out. Look what happened to Blockbuster Video, Borders, okay, on the right side, Sky Mall just recently, all went under, okay? There's a reason why, because everybody is now using technology. Everyone's going online to make purchases. No one wants to touch a Yellow Pages anymore or go through an actual catalog that's been on the back of an airplane seat that 200 people have sorted through, and the pages are stuck together with peanut butter and jelly. Everyone now is on their iPhones and tablets. So that tells us as an IMO and you as an agent, we must have the online presence, okay? Very, very important. So you look at all this and you scratch your head and you say, you know, I don't want to be a Yellow Pages or a Yellow Cab. I want to be the new Google or I want to be the new Uber, okay, who's taken over the Yellow Cab business, as we all know, okay? It's the hottest thing out. So how can you make the changes, and how can Levinson help you make these changes? Now, that's our job, and our promise to you is we're going to make our iGenius platform bigger and better, and we're not going to charge you for every single tool and piece of technology. That's the value that we bring to the table as an agency, okay? Very important stuff. Most of our competition thinks, oh, if we just give, great products, great commissions, great service, that we're going to recruit and grow more agents than ever. Okay, yes, you need those three things, but if you don't give your agents a way to share their story, okay, then you can have the best product and commission in the world. It's not going to do you any good because your agents don't have anyone to talk to. Okay, so very important there. Know our value proposition to you is we're going to make this iGenius platform bigger and better constantly. And the proof is in the pudding. And you can see here, we were featured in December of 2014. And really, we were highlighted by the editor of Insurance Newsnet to talk all about our iGenius platform and how we've helped the traditional agent change his or her business. So obviously, we're very proud of this, and obviously what we're doing is working, okay? Very important. The next slide here talks all about bullets and the different tools and technology that we offer. So any licensed agent with Levinson has access to the entire platform, even if you have not written an application yet. So everything is there highlighted in front of you. We don't have time to dive into every single bullet, but I'll just mention a few, and you, again, jot down any notes we can revisit after the call. So real quick, we have live weekly training webinars, which is what you're on right now. Very important. I would dial into these. They're never more than an hour, typically 30 to 45 minutes or so. But we talk about all of the latest concepts and trends in the industry, new products, new programs that we release. Very important stuff there. If you ever want to see what's going on for the week, just go to our homepage, bottom right corner. It says live webinars. You can sign up right from there. Okay, we'll just go through a few things here. Exclusive Mortgage Lead Program. This is an awesome exclusive program only available through Levinson. We're running on about 2.5 years now. Okay, we have more agents using the program than ever. A great opportunity to get in front of clients that are interested in purchasing life insurance, especially mortgage protection. Great hook. We have an awesome final expense burial turnkey platform that gives you all of the tools that you'll need to sell burial insurance. Very important there. We have an exclusive product that we put together. Okay, it's an E&O policy that's only $400 a year for all of our agents. That's $1 million policy. I mean, that just with that within itself will save you about $400 or $500 bucks. So again, take advantage. Family owned and operated since 1972. As you know, we're the biggest pilot agency today with e-applications, drop ticket, e-policy delivery, and CRM. So anything that you're interested in, let us know. Or anything, maybe there's something that we don't have, okay, that maybe you saw a friend is using. Let us know, because if it makes sense, we will be the first to bring the program to you. Okay, our social media platform. Now, what we did is we actually integrated our quote engine into your own Facebook page. So what does this allow you to do? So you have your business Facebook page, which I think is a no-brainer these days. You must have this social media presence. Okay, I'm not saying you have to be involved in LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook and spend 3 hours a day. I'm not saying that, but at the very least, have your own Facebook page. Okay, put something new on there every few days or at least once a week, and then you use our integrated quoter. Okay, if you look at the top in black, it says Life Quoter. What's so neat is you put that on your Facebook page, and your friends and family and prospects can press that little button there and run a quote on themselves instantly. And then there's lead capture built in, so you know exactly who ran a quote and who's on your Facebook page. So great stuff there we put together. Again, let us know if you're interested. We'll get you up and running. Our free agent website platform, okay? If you want to take a look, you can go to insprofessional.com. You can see it in the top left corner. We put together this website just to help our agents so they can have their own free websites. Everything is already done for you. There's 15 different backgrounds or templates you can choose from. There's a life insurance quoter for your clients, final expense quoter. We have annuity calculators, long-term care, disability calculators, all the latest articles. Everything is already done for you. You can literally add a picture of you and your family, add your contact information, hit submit, and you are done. It's that simple, okay? And we are actually building a new website as we speak, and this new website is going to have mobile accessible retail website. So when I spoke about your 15 different templates or backgrounds that you can choose from, we're going to have 2 or 3 of them that are mobile accessible. So what this allows you to do is You know, everybody now is on their cell phones, okay, as we know. Even people are driving and they're on their cell phones, which is not a good thing, but it's the facts, okay? So now they'll be able to access your website, run a quote, sign up online, and do everything right from their cell phone or tablets. So we have some great changes here at insprofessional.com. And again, we're constantly making this bigger, better, nicer for our agents. And this is free to all active Levinson agents. Very, very important to have a website and an online presence, as you know by now, because I've said it probably 10 times now. Okay, moving forward, CRM tools. Now, what does this mean? CRM is Client Resource Management. All it means is it's one place to store all of your contacts, prospects, and clients, okay, and this allows you to send out, I suggest, at least one monthly email blast to everybody, okay, and we have different newsletters and articles that you can customize. You know, I would do, long-term care March and disability February, and the most important part is you want to keep a picture of yourself, your logo, and contact information in the bottom corner, and constantly drip on your clients to keep your name fresh on their minds at all times. And what this system does, it even has a business card scanner, and this is all accessible through your cell phone, tablet, or your desktop. But it has a business card scanner, so if you're working a booth or a life insurance expo, you can literally meet people, grab their business card, take a picture with your phone. The system takes all of the information, stores it in your CRM tool, so now you have a new prospect that's going to get all of your monthly email blasts, and before that person leaves that expo hall or convention center, wherever you are, they get an automatic invite to your Facebook page, your website, and a welcome letter that's customized from you, okay, which is keeping your name in front of these clients and prospects. Okay, so this does everything for you. Actually, we have a special deal now. We have two versions, the basic, which is free. The deluxe is $9.95 a month, and we're giving it 100% free to all active agents by today. So you have to sign up by the end of today, as you can see in the top area there. So call Joe, myself, Deborah, Josh, Amanda. We'll get you up and running today. Very, very important, though. That's the Me Again app. It's free to all active Levinson agents. Okay, the next slide here, very important. You talk about differentiators, value added. What makes you different than your competition? Why should these clients want to work with you versus the other 10 local life insurance agents? I love the scholarship platform. Okay, what this allows you to do is sell the same products that your neighbor is selling or the local life insurance agent, okay, but you can give one free year scholarship, okay, at no additional charge to your client. They don't pay any extra premium. You don't lose any commissions. It doesn't cost you anything. It's a no-brainer. So I like to use Joe as an agent and myself as an agent. We're both talking to the same client. We're pitching a 20-year term with return of premium. We're both offering A-rated companies. There's no difference, okay? Even if they like Joe a little better, they're going to buy from me. Why? Because I'm offering little Johnny and Susie one free year scholarship to any of our 340 colleges across the country, okay? I don't care what the situation is, even if the client doesn't have children, okay? They're going to work with Bill because they want that free scholarship program. And they can transfer that to any blood relative or use it for an unborn child. So there's a lot of value there. That doesn't cost the client anything extra. As far as I'm concerned, every agent with us should be marketing the scholarship program. We now have over 5 carriers to choose from with over 50 different types of products now. Even Lightning Term comes with the scholarship program. So great stuff there, and once again, we're only making it bigger and better. Okay, my last slide here before Joe jumps in with all the carrier updates and latest programs. This is a very successful agent of ours. It was kind of neat because he was in the audience. In fact, he's probably on this call as well. but he was in the audience at our expo, and I had him stand up. And I think the main point was, as you can see, Wally is a few years older than me, okay? And he came to us, and he's been very successful over the years, extremely successful. But his problem was, he said, you know, Bill, I have a great practice, and I'm able to relate to my clients, okay, very well. We have a great relationship. The problem I'm having is my clients are referring their children and their grandchildren to me, okay, and it's almost like I don't know how to talk their language. They're asking me what my website address is and do I have a business Facebook page, and I don't, so I don't know how to relate to them, so I need help. So anyway, the bottom line is Wally completely changed his practice to adapt to his clients' needs. Okay, he's using our social media package. He's updating it with weekly content. He's using our free agent website platform with his quote engine and lead capture, and he's sending monthly e-blasts using our Sell While You Sleep platform, okay? And the bottom last bullet there, he took his old database, which was simply a yellow legal pad, okay, that was marked up and wrinkled, and we helped him integrate all of this information into our new CRM tool and his PC. So if anything ever happens, he has all that data that he can take with him. So the point is, if Wally can do it, any of our agents can do this. I know it's a little bit of work in the beginning, but the point is we're here to help you. We have 5 marketers. This is what they're trained to do. So please pick up the phone and take advantage. That's our job, okay? Okay, so we're going to introduce Joseph Blockren. We're going to start off with MetLife. This is important because we're giving you kind of the 2-minute elevator pitch on each carrier and their latest programs, concepts, and trends. So again, take out your pen and paper. Let us know what you would like us to revisit. Joe?
Yeah, thanks, Bill. I'm going to go through each of the carriers that were at the Expo, and like you said, just kind of highlight some of the key points, some of the new programs. Of course, today's webinar is being recorded, so the link will be available on our YouTube channel this afternoon, and everybody on today's call will actually receive a copy of all these different programs and enhancements with each carrier that we're going to be reviewing. So my first company to review that attended the Expo as a sponsor is MetLife. MetLife, of course, has a great name, great whole life products. They actually came out with what's called the Enhanced Rate Plus program, which is pretty neat. It's actually a streamlined underwriting program for your clients that are looking at their whole life product and specifically their whole life 10-pay scenario. So what they're doing is for clients between age 20 to 60, anywhere from $100,000 up to $1 million of coverage, they're actually offering a streamlined underwriting process. And basically the way this works is as an agent, you'll take the application. The client will complete a brief telephone underwriting interview, at the end of which, if that client meets their normal standard plus or preferred categories, they'll actually, in about a week, issue that policy without any pyramid exam, without any lab work at the preferred plus rating. So it's just a great way to get your clients through their underwriting process very quickly, very easily. And of course, that MetLife whole life product with the 10-pay is one of the best cash value growth whole life products available. So again, a great streamlined underwriting process available through MetLife, and that actually started about a month and a half ago, but they're looking to continue it all the way to the end of next year and even beyond. Our next featured carrier that was at the Expo is actually Prudential. Prudential has always been one of our go-to impaired risk carriers, whether you have a strong aviation risk or let's say a tobacco chewer or a cigar user. They're really, really good with those type of cases. One thing they came out with a couple months ago that they stressed at the Expo was what's called their BAR rider, which is Benefit Access Rider. So if you've been paying attention to a lot of the other carriers in the industry, they're all coming out with various living benefit products. And it has to do with the history of the long-term care products becoming very expensive. A lot of companies saw that opportunity, and Prudential was one of those companies. So what's very neat about Prudential's Living Benefit Rider or the Benefit Access Rider is that it actually gives that client all these living benefits for chronic illness with no elimination and no waiting period. Most every other carrier is going to force that client to wait another 30, 60, or 90 days to actually claim. The other great thing is that these clients can access that living benefit rider for anything they need. A lot of companies require the client to actually submit receipts and actually show they've spent the money before they're actually reimbursed. Prudential will give that money to the client and actually let them use it for whatever they need. Another great thing about this rider is that Prudential is accelerating that death benefit, and they're going to accelerate up to 100% of that death benefit. A lot of other carriers will cap it at maybe 50 or 60% of the death benefit. Prudential will actually give you the full 100%. So it's a great sales concept, a great way to review a client's policy and maybe talk about the old type of life insurance that they've had, and now this is the new type of life insurance that they should really take a look at because it actually pays out benefits while that client is still alive. So a great concept from Prudential. Our next speaker at the Expo is Assurity Life. Assurity Life has really always been our go-to carrier for simplified issue products, whether it's non-med term, critical illness, disability income, even their whole life product that's part of our scholarship platform. They have some great ways to actually get your clients covered without a paramed exam. So what Assurity talked about at the Expo is actually bundling life insurance. And people usually bundle everything from their their internet and phone provider to their auto and homeowners policies. So it's kind of a logical step that we have a conversation with a client about bundling different type of insurance benefits. So what they did was provided us with a sample case here, a female age 43. She's got a son. She's a preferred non-smoker. She makes about $50,000 a year. And what she did was she asked her agent to take a look at a $250,000 20-year term policy. And then, as you can see from this slide, that premium was about $43 a month. What the agent did in this scenario was they actually went back to the client, not only bundled that life insurance product, but also added on a DI rider for $1,500 a month to actually help pay the mortgage if that client became disabled or hurt, and then also added on a critical illness living benefit rider of $25,000. So what we're doing in this scenario, what Assurity is showing us is that we can actually use one product, one application with a streamlined non-med process and actually get multiple risks covered. So in this scenario, we're covering the life portion, the disability portion, and the critical illness portion. And what you're doing is not only saving a policy fee by using one product, you're also saving that client a lot of money. So, the advantages are clear. You can increase your sales as an agent, and you can really provide the client an option that not many other producers or products or companies are going to be able to offer. So a great concept from Assurity, and of course their rates on the non-med side, especially with the critical illness and disability income, are one of the most competitive in the industry. Our next featured speaker was Protective Life. Protective right now is probably a go-to carrier for universal life products. They've got some great things available, not only living benefits, but something that's called the income provider option. So this is a neat scenario to actually add on to clients' death benefit policies, where you actually have the ability to spread out the death benefit in different installments all the way up to 30 years. So the concept is that we can actually lower the price or the cost of insurance by spreading out that death benefit over time. And Protective did a lot of research when they came up with this concept, and they saw that most people that received the death benefit, most beneficiaries, went through the money on average in about 5 to 6 years. And it wasn't really necessarily replacing the income for a family that might depend on that income to help pay for college education and retirement funding. So what they did was they positioned the IPO, or the income provider option, to those families that are really buying a larger death benefit for income replacement. And what you can do with this rider is you can actually allow the client to receive a lump sum death benefit at the time that they claim, and then actually receive an annual income all the way up to 30 years. So you're providing an income stream, and what that does is it discounts the premium by anywhere from 15 to 20%. So you can really show a very, very competitive universal life, even term rate on this type of death benefit. The bottom portion of the slide talks about Protective's Extend Care Rider, which is a pretty neat chronic illness accelerated death benefit rider that acts just like a long-term care rider. The great thing about this rider with Protective is you can actually specify the monthly benefit anywhere from $1,000 all the way up to $9,900 per month to help pay for long-term care needs. So again, Protective is in that living benefit marketplace and extremely competitive with their UL products. Our next speaker was Illinois Mutual, which is really one of our go-to disability income products, whether it's for the blue or white collar marketplace. They also have a great business expense product for those clients that have a very, very large overhead. That's a great concept to speak with business owners about. So what Illinois Mutual talked about at the Expo is not only all the different features of their products, they even have return of premium on their DI product, but they also talked about a great agent resource which is this website, www.5gquote.com. So what this is referred to as their quick quote option. It can be used on a mobile phone, on a laptop, even at your desk, you know, at a regular PC. Just by plugging in a couple pieces of information about that client, you can actually see a good, better, or best scenario for disability coverage. So the agents that are using this are pulling it out. They're showing the clients all the different options. The great thing about this tool is with the click of a button, you can actually enter in that client's email address and send them that quote. So maybe you're talking about life insurance or retirement planning, and disability comes up in that conversation. You've got a quick 1, 2, 3 option to show that client, and then even email them that quote for down the road or even a follow-up conversation. Illinois Mutual also has some of the best agent incentives in the program. They actually have a Disability Income Awareness Month bonus, which is on the right-hand side of the screen. That started April 1st, goes all the way to the end of June. Basically, depending on the number of applications you write, you can actually receive an additional $900 on top of your agent commission just by writing with Illinois Mutual. They also have a great concept over here on the left for agents that write their first piece of business with Illinois Mutual. You can actually receive up to $1,000 cash, or you can get an Apple iPad. So a great incentive both on the Disability Awareness Month. And keep in mind, if you're a new agent with Illinois Mutual, you can actually have access to both of these programs. You can actually receive, you know, that $1,000 cash or that Apple iPad, and up to an additional $900 just for writing with Illinois Mutual. Our next featured carrier at the Expo was Genworth. Genworth just rolled out some very, very competitive indexed UL products about a year ago. And what we focused on at the Expo was really how to sell indexed universal life. We had a featured speaker, Charlie Gipple, who's their index product manager. And what he really focused on was the sales concept, the idea behind indexed UL products, why it's so important to make sure you're offering these products to your client. And what he really focused on was a great agent resource that Genworth offers all agents. You don't even have to log into the website to access it, and that's the Index Institute website. So the Index Institute website actually has consumer videos, it has presentation material, it even has a neat calculator and some other tools you can use with that client. What's also great about the Index Institute is there's actually case examples, which you're seeing in the bottom right-hand side, for each different client scenario. It talks about using indexed universal life, not only for retirement planning, but also for saving for college expenses, also for looking at a business scenario. Maybe you have a buy-sell agreement or a key man policy, or you're maybe just looking at some business succession planning for your business owner clients. All those are great solutions and great sales concepts you can find on the Index Institute website. Some great sales videos that really help train you as an agent on how to present that Index UL product. Our next speaker at the Expo was Transamerica. Transamerica has a lot of great products, a great name. One of their niche marketplaces is working with foreign nationals. What we talked about was, you know, regardless of where you are in the U.S., you're going to have a strong foreign national presence. You know, people from other parts of the world, whether it's you know, Europe or South America, or even some Asian clients. You're going to have a lot of those people in your community. You may not even be aware, but Transamerica is one of the go-to companies for foreign nationals. They've got a great tool, which is actually available right on our website. We actually have an underwriting tab, and we have a foreign national section. You can literally go into that section, you know, pick the country of origin, whether they travel there and they're a U.S. or Canadian citizen, or if they're a foreign national and they still travel to their home country, or even if they reside in that country. You can click on that country and see all the different underwriting criteria that's available to you. Transamerica also has some great resources that will actually help you get in front of foreign nationals and really explain the story of all the tax ramifications that they have to face and why it's so important that they have some sort of death benefit coverage for their beneficiaries. Another thing to know that's great is Transamerica has actually been involved in the foreign national marketplace since 1998. So they have attorneys, you know, certified financial planners that will actually work with you that are available at the home office. So if there's ever a scenario that comes up that's extremely complicated or something that you're just not comfortable with, feel free to reach out to our office. We can actually set up a conference call and get all those tough to answer questions taken care of so you can actually go to the client, have a great presentation, and show them why it's so important that they look at this type of death benefit protection. Our next carrier at the Expo was Phoenix Life. Phoenix has a brand new product that's probably about 6 to 8 months old, which is called the Safe Harbor Term product. So this is actually going back to what I mentioned earlier about the living benefit products. Phoenix came out with Safe Harbor Term. It's great not only because it offers living benefits to your clients, but it's also available on a non-medically underwritten basis. So no pyramid exams. They can actually get through the underwriting very quick, very easy. They just launched an e-application about a month and a half ago. That is available for the Safe Harbor Term product. What's so great about this product is there's no waiting period. The client can actually accelerate up to 95% of the death benefit, and the living benefits offer critical illness. So if the client has a heart attack, stroke, or cancer, they can accelerate the death benefit. It also has chronic illness built in, which means if they're unable to perform 2 of the 6 activities of daily living, they can actually accelerate up to 95% of that death benefit, and terminal illness is also available. So a great product with living benefits, again, on a non-medical basis. They've got 2 different categories depending on the banding. The first goes up to $400,000. The second goes all the way up to $1 million of death benefits. So great options that's available right on the CarrieLevinson.com website. You can actually quote it in real time and use that e-application today. Another great company that was at the Expo was Banner Life. Banner is really one of our go-to term carriers. They have some of the most competitive rates in the industry. They've got a great drop ticket e-application, so you can literally submit applications on the phone with your clients in under about 5 minutes. So what we focused on with Banner Life and what they actually went through at the Expo was some of their great improved underwriting criteria. One thing that they'll do is they actually will apply what's called super criteria to any cases that maybe are issued standard or with a small table rating, and it might be a scenario where you actually need to get a preferred rating. In some scenarios, we've seen Banner actually credit clients even an inch, and they'll add an inch to their height and weight scenario to get them to that higher level. If clients have had no tobacco use in the last 10 years, normal cardiac tests, maybe they're exercising regularly, Banner Life underwriters will actually apply this super criteria and help apply those credits to make sure your clients are given the best possible rate class. And that's important, especially if you're in a competitive scenario. They've also come out with some new financial underwriting guidelines. A lot of carriers will be a little bit restrictive with the amount of death benefit that they'll offer and the amount of income replacement, or what we call annual income multiplier, to make sure that that client has the correct amount of death benefit. So they actually increased their jumbo limit up to $65 million. Another great thing that Banner has done is if your client applies for, let's say, $500,000 of coverage, and they actually financially qualify for $1 million, Banner Life will actually come back with a letter explaining that they've approved your client, let's say Preferred Plus rating, but that your client is also eligible, for up to $1 million of death benefits. So that's already been approved by the underwriter. They're giving you, the agent, an opportunity to go back to the client and say, hey, great news, you were just approved for your policy, but one thing the underwriter said, you may still be underinsured. They actually approved you for up to $1 million of death benefit. If you'd like to take advantage of it, we can have them reissue the policy and in just a couple of days have a larger death benefit available for you. So it's a great way that Banner's already kind of taking the next step for you, approving that client and giving you the option to upsell, for a larger death benefit. Bill's actually going to go over our last company here, which is our proprietary Lightning Issue Term product.
Yep, we have just 2 slides left, and then we'll wrap up today's call. Okay, so Lightning Term, and we made some changes here. We've launched this product about 8-9 months ago now. We're very excited about this because it's still, till today, the only instant approval term life product that is 100% client driven. Okay, what this means is you can still email blast this, you can throw your own custom link, which we give you, put it on your website or your Facebook page. If you know any health agencies or property and casualty agencies, mortgage companies, you can market this as mortgage protection insurance or loan protection. insurance or just life insurance. So you can team up with someone, use their database, and simply send out. We already have pre-made email blasts for you. You just put your name in there, we customize it for you, or you can do it, and hit send, and that's it. So this is the easiest product to sell today. Okay, there's nothing in the industry like this, and I'm going to show you a chart in a second that just proves that point. Joe, just back up 1 second. I want to talk about one other thing here.
Sure.
Okay, just a few other highlights. The entire application takes your client 5 minutes to fill out. There's only 3 health questions, okay? So as long as there's no red flags or major issues, instant approval, okay? So when that client hits submit, they get an instant approval. The policy gets mailed to them within 48 to 72 hours. Your clients can pay ongoing premium payments with either credit card, okay, or EFT from a checking account. So very, very easy stuff here. We've made it even easier. So if you haven't seen your link, okay, if you haven't got appointed to get a link, let us know. We'll run you through a quick demo, but it's so simple that my 14-year-old nephew can run through this with his eyes closed. So very easy stuff, and that's the name of the game with Lightning Term. Okay, so our last slide here is we wanted to show you, okay, if you take a non-med term policy with the most competitive company on the left side, so traditional term, 15 years, is $60 a month, okay? With Lightning Term for 30 years, so that's double the coverage for less premium at $37. So the point I'm trying to make here is for less money, okay, you can get a 30-year policy. So on the left side, a traditional 15-year term cuts off, okay? You are done. It's like renting an apartment. On the right side, our Lightning Term product keeps going. So even though that death benefit is decreasing by 6%, look at the coverage you have after year 15. Okay, so on the left side, you're left with nothing. On the right side, you have an additional 15 years when your client needs it most, because they're getting older, all for less money, a free college scholarship, and an instant approval without any kind of phone interviews or blood and urine exams. So this is a no-brainer, especially for mortgage protection or loan protection. This is the way to go, and we're only making it bigger and better, and we have a few more products that we're going to roll out, okay, this year or the first quarter of 16, but we'll keep you posted, and they will only be available through Levinson, just like Lightning Term. So our last slide here, partner with Levinson in 2015. This industry is always about changing, and that's exactly what we need to do as an agency, and you'll need to do as a life insurance agent to keep growing and moving forward. We're here to hold your hand every step of the way, and our promise to you is we're going to make our platform bigger and better using all of the latest and greatest technology. Let us know if you have any questions. I hope you enjoyed that. Everybody will receive an email at the end of today's presentation, and we're here for you with any questions. Have a wonderful weekend and good selling. Take care.